Welcome in, guys, and I am back to do my NFL Wildcard, Super Wildcard 2023 recap of the Lions versus Rams game. What happened on Saturday night? Was it? Yeah, was it Saturday? Yeah, Saturday. And it was, again, our first playoff game at home at Ford Field ever. We've never had a home game at Ford Field in our 21-22 year being in that stadium. So it was big deal going on, and obviously Matthew Stafford coming back to Detroit after a couple of seasons away. He left, went to the. We all know he went to the Rams, and it was his first return back. It was his return back to Ford Field. Uh, the game was pretty tight game. Uh, like I said, at 1st and 10, a good kind of chance for Reynolds to make it 0-7 in the first for Detroit. Then it was 0 it was a touchdown quarterback scream at 2nd and goal at first to get the touchdown to put the Lions 0-7 up. Then field goal 3-7 by 3-7 in the first. Then touchdown and 2nd and goal. Jamar Gibbs made it 3-14. Going for a run, we had a 4th and 11. No, we had a touchdown from Machin, 10-14. Then it was a 3rd and 1 touchdown, 10-14. Rams are trying to get themselves back into it. 4th and 11, 10-21 in the second. Tuick did got himself a touchdown to make it 17-21 in the second. Then we had a holding penalty in. It was 3rd and 4th. Because Stafford, Goff was playing the ball, trying to find somebody in the pocket, takes a bit too long, and then ultimately gets sacked. And the ref after that gives a penalty to the Rams. Going on into the second half, it was 20-24. Again, great offensive play by Ben Johnson, and in my opinion, he's definitely going to get himself a job after this season. He's going to get himself an NFL job. It depends where, because there's a lot of vacancies right now in the NFL. The game ultimately ended with 23-24. The Lions get their first ever playoff win in 32 years. It's been 32 seasons since we last won a fucking playoff game. And if you give me that beginning of the season, if you told me at the beginning of the year that would be 12-5, now we're 13-5, 12-5 in the regular season, we got our first ever home game at Ford Field, and first ever playoff home game at Ford Field, and we got our first playoff win in 32 years. I'll take it because, again, especially when you look at where the Lions were in the past couple of years under Matt Patricia and that shit show that we had. Brad Holmes has got his shit together. He's got the head coach in Dan Campbell. Ben Johnson, I know he's going to be there much longer, but for now, he's still a Lions offensive coordinator, and there's going to be a lot of people going for for Ben Johnson this year. And even in the draft, I was pissed that we never got a quarterback. I still think we need a quarterback. We need to get a quarterback in the offseason. I'm still not convinced Jared Goff isn't going to be the guy to win us a championship, but he's got us into the divisional round, and I'm happy about that. That he's got us into the next round of the playoffs. We're in the divisional round next Saturday at 3 p.m. We got another home game against the Bucks, former reigning defending Super Bowl champions. So it's going to be another big test to face another former Super Bowl champions. We did beat them early on in the year at Raymond James Stadium early on in the year, but let's see if we can do it again at home this time. And yeah, I'm impressed with the. Again, it's been. If you look at the draft as well, we had. Jamar Gibbs was a great addition, but I think the steal of the draft. I would have said Brian Branch, but the steal of the draft is Sam Laporte. Like, the way that he's an underrated tight end, like he's like done over 15 targets most games. He has been an outstanding underrated draft pick for me, in my opinion. And again, another underrated draft pick, I will say as well, Brian Branch. Um, Brian Branch is one of those guys that, you know, in the second round, I'm like thinking, man, there's so many guys in the NFL that need a safety. Like, come on, like, I would have thought he would have gone to somebody like the Bears or the Chiefs or whoever. But for us to get him in the second round, that's a really good steal. And ultimately, yeah, we need a quarterback. And we need a quarterback in the upcoming off season. But we're not going to get anybody like Caleb Williams or JJ McCarthy. They're probably going to go to the Bears and to the Panthers and places like that. But we do need to think about getting a quarterback, and then we got the whole. It looks like we're getting our shit together. I still think we need to work on our defense side of the ball more. People, another cornerback, but yeah, we're getting there to be a contending team. This is what I want to see.